I personally love horror games and light gun games, and I am the game collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today I do the review of JagZombies for the Atari Jaguar.
Second Opinion Games.
Okay, so when you order JagZombies from Wave 1 Games, this is what you get. Of course, the box insert and the box itself, which is seemingly professionally done, and it looks just amazing, actually. And this is pretty good quality. Definitely deserves to go on your shelf, along with an instruction manual that is also in full color, giving you a storyline and everything, showing different sprites, and this cool picture of the controller I absolutely love. Also, an overlay. Yes, this game comes with its own overlay, which you could change the radical on the screen, which I don't really recommend doing. Just keep it on whatever setting you like. And select a weapon. Overall, you don't need this, but it's beautiful that they have it in there. And of course, a very heavy JagZombie card that's red and see-through. Looks good on the shelf, but it doesn't really match in with the rest of your copies. I believe you could order it in red or black. Anyway, let's play the game. Bye. An unknown virus outbreak started when bats migrated from South Africa and bit a man. Well, okay, I don't know where it bit a man, but our story starts off in Moscow, where they have explosive barrels laying around. And if you blow them up, well, chances are zombies are gonna fly all over the place. Also, they seem to have a lot of people running out from nowhere that just beg to be shot, but please don't shoot them. You actually have quite a bit of health in this game, and it is one of those super fast arcade shoot-'em-up experiences. And if you also notice that the screen flashes every once in a while, well, then that's for the light gun, which the Jaguar didn't have one. So you might think,
that's a terrible idea.
And it would be if the game wasn't actually fun. In order to get your money's worth out of this game, though, you probably should wait till around midnight, turn off all the lights, and sit down and really put yourself into the game. And you'll really thank me for it, because the game's rather short, so getting your money's worth is what you really want to do. Now you can actually turn off that crazy flash in the game by simply pressing the pause button, which doesn't actually pause the game like it says it would. No, instead it just turns off the flash, so it doesn't get too annoying. Also, you could change the speed of the cursor by hitting the 1 or 3 button. I would have liked this to maybe be mapped to the shoulder buttons on the Pro controller, or maybe even the switch weapon button, which is the number 2 button, to be mapped to the shoulder buttons, but that's really not the case, and you probably won't need to switch speeds too often. However, that number 2 button switching between the flamethrower and your regular gun does get kind of annoying sometimes. Sometimes it switches a little too fast, and you have to hit the button a couple times to get it fully figured out. The B button shoots, and the A button reloads. Most of the time, it works completely fine. Occasionally, I did have some trouble with it, but nothing that I couldn't actually overcome. Aiming the gun really isn't that bad either. You know that you're actually going to hit and kill your zombies if it turns red. And also, the longer you hold down the B button, the more bullets you fire, so it's not like you have to keep pounding that button over and over again. Just remember to reload, otherwise a crazy zombie will tell you to reload, and it just sounds kind of cool and really gets you into the game. The backgrounds are actually really good. Like I said, you start off on Moscow, and then you move to a parking deck, because why not? Then you move to a graveyard where all of a sudden bats start attacking you. Now, normally I hate bats in video games so much, because generally they're really small, hard to hit targets that come at you very fast. The bats in this game are super annoying, but at least they're part of the storyline, which means there's a reason for them to be in this game. So thankfully, there is that. Then it comes to one of my favorite levels, the train tracks. I really love the look at this level. And if you spend a little bit too much time here, holy crap, that's a ghost train!
I could have just used a ghost train.
Really? You don't say. You would have used a ghost train. Hey, everybody, the ghost train guy would have used a ghost train.
Man, it just takes away your energy, so you actually want to get through this level as fast as possible, even if it happens to be one of my favorite levels. We then come to the Skinwalker Ranch, where tons of zombies will come at you, and maybe even a dire wolf. Ah! Please don't use the flamethrower on the wolf, or just never go away. At first I thought this was a glitch, but no, this is something that I was doing horribly wrong. Instead, you have to shoot him to sort of scare him off. He'll do quite a bit of damage to you. Then you come to the warehouse, and then lastly, you're in the lair of the Bat Lord, who presumably was the very first person to be bitten by that bat, and can now maybe control them. I'm not really quite sure what's going on with this. Now, you'll probably get a game over the first time you come up against the Bat Lord, and then you might be willing to throw your copy of JagZombies in the trash can. But no, don't do it. Matter of fact, just start another game up. This time you'll find yourself playing quite a bit better, and by the time you make it to the Ghost Train level, you probably won't even see the Ghost Train. Skinwalker Ranch? Just the same. As if you scared him away the first time, so he doesn't show up a second. That's actually pretty cool, with a bit of attention to detail, because the game seems to know that you already played it but once before. And by the time you make it to the lair of the bat again, well, this time you're going to have plenty of energy. You might want to now switch over to your flamethrower and really just freaking go all out and blow them away. Make sure you keep an eye on how much ammo you have for the flamethrower, because the second it's done, switch over to your weapon. At this point in time, things are going to start getting intense, because that Bat Lord has tons and tons of health, and your health is going to start dwindling down pretty fast because you just can't kill him fast enough. This is where I felt so much pressure. Things were getting really intense, as I just didn't know if I was going to beat the game or not. But eventually I did. And the game just crazily froze with horrifying music playing in the background, or sound effects in the background. It's actually pretty fitting for a horror game to do this. See, I wasn't sure if I won or died other than the text at the bottom of the screen, and I figure I entered some type of purgatory when this happened, because everything just sort of eerily stopped. And it left my heart skipping a beat because of this. I was actually pretty terrified, which is actually something you want from a horror game. So is JagZombies worth your time? Well, heck yeah. The game's over relatively quick, it sets the mood, and it does everything it can to be a quick, in-your-face light gun game for the Jaguar. A system that didn't have any light gun games, and probably never will again. Well, at least not until JagZombies 2 comes out, whenever that is. The game sets the mood pretty well. It's kind of haunting. I love that there is more than one type of character. There's strong zombies, there's weak zombies, there's fast-moving female zombies, and there's bats flying everywhere. And for once, they finally at least have a purpose. Overall, I could pretty much recommend this one for any diehard collector or anyone who's just curious about the Jaguar. And that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I had a great time making it. I actually really like JagZombies. And you know what also I like? Top 10s. So I want you to stick around and watch one of my top 10s. Top 10 games to play for Halloween, or maybe even top 10 chainsaws in video games. Something no one else has really touched on but me. And also, I want to know what you want me to cover in the future. And keep in mind, all of this is just my opinion. And also, very special thanks to Wave 1 Games. Make sure you support these small developers, and hopefully then we could get lots more Jaguar games in the future. So until later, I'll see you again, guys.